Once Akemtum gets a turn. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Hey guys, Coldbrew here. Welcome back to the test server. I've got a million gems and champions to test. All right, we've got this new epic. This is the one that I'll be showcasing. The other ones are not of real interest to me, especially the legendary ones. I mean, the one is the fusion. I'll do a showcase for that, sure. The other one is just one of those champions that you'll get, you know, 1 in 100, 1 in 200. How many champions do we have in this game? Like 800 out of those is like 200 legendaries that are non-void. It's insane, the odds to get a champion, even with a 10x, which we need to have a 20x. So the epics are a little bit easier to get, and this one is of no exception. Okay, they usually do like a 10x a week or two after these new champions are introduced, but Akemtum is the one I want to show you guys today. All right, I want to show you this little kitty cat. Looks dangerous and all, and it is a lot of poisons coming in out of this little cat. Starting out with the A1, look at that triple hitting attack, which applies a poison at a 50% chance if you book it out. If you've got a hex on, it will also have the 50% chance to do a debuff spread, taking that random debuff and spreading it around. This is actually pretty solid, and you'll see on how many poisons this little cat will be applying in the dungeons. The A2 applies a hex, basically. That it is. If there's a hex already on the targets, it will extend it, and it's a good chance there. 75% chance to extend it by an additional turn, or 75% chance to actually apply the hex. And because it's a triple hitting attack, it's actually very, very solid and will be soloing some dungeons. And very fun champion. But the bad thing is about this champion is this little triangle right here. It's a void, so it's gonna be difficult to get. Going on to the passive, this is what makes this so good of a champion, is 100% chance when booked to inflict damage from one poison debuff to enemies under the hex debuff whenever their allies receive damage from poison debuffs. This is insane in situations where you have multiple targets. This doesn't work that well in the Hydra because the Hydra takes 90% less damage from poisons. Unfortunately, that's how it works. But still, you can do some things in there. I wouldn't recommend really going in there for the poison damage, more so for the hex. And maybe for the poison damage, you'll see in action. Good aura lead there, 18% boost to all battles, which is amazing. And let's go and see the gear that I've given to Akemtum for this showcase. Okay, I might do another one in the future, but for now, look at that. Boom, Akemtum with a lifesteal set and an immortal set. This will be the showcase today. The stats are not that insane. Okay, overall, I do have the Great Hall bonuses maxed out, and the Classic Arena bonuses are there, which makes things easier for me when doing these showcases. But again, if you're looking to do these solo builds, then you gotta have at least some things, some of these things that I'm showcasing. Okay, it's not that easy. It's not that easy to do for sure. And 40,000 health, that is not crazy. 3.3k defense, 100% crit, 167% crit damage, 290 resistance, 221 accuracy. These two stats are gonna be difficult to do, and also get the crit rate and crit damage. Crit damage you don't need, all right? If you can get the crit rate only, it's fine. The crit damage is just an added bonus, and also because it's the only revenge accessories I had. The revenge accessories are not required, but were fun to have because of all the counterattacks that will be happening, and you'll see in action and why this is so cool. Overall, the stats, I think you can go in with less and more health, maybe less crit rate, less crit damage, but you might not be able to solo stuff, especially on Dungeons 25, okay? Dungeons 25, it's where it gets a little bit tougher compared to Dungeons 20. Masteries, I went with Giant Slayer, and that's why we have the lifesteal set on, because we want to heal up. And since we are doing triple hitting attacks, the Giant Slayer really can't proc on each hit of the skill instead of just the skill with which War Master does. So pretty cool. The build overall here, I could have gone Life Drinker here, but it doesn't really heal that much compared to, well, I do have the lifesteal set already, and I want to get that 18 speed here. I didn't go for Spirit Haste, but I did go for Sniper, which does affect the chance to apply the Hex, does not affect the chance to debuff Spread, I believe. Debuff Spread is similar to what Vizier has and does not get affected by Sniper. And we were under that impression in the past, but it was confirmed that it's not a part of the kit. And then obviously you want to get Master Hexer, which is the best debuff, you know, extension mastery in this game, or debuff extension, you know, bonus you can have for basically just the mastery cost. All right, let's get on with the showcase. One show in the campaign. No reason to honestly just dive into the Dragon's Lair immediately to stage 25. And let's have a look at this. Boom. This is the showcase, and we're gonna have the 4 food champions and this kitty cat right here. You will need to have your custom AI set to the A to at least to open on round 1 and to use it on round 2, because if you don't apply the poisons as an AoE, you will be dying. That is the big important part. And I don't know what's up. I don't know what's up with this AI. It doesn't really work that well. For round 3, you don't really care about the hex, because hex does not do anything on single boss targets, right? And yeah, let's get going. I didn't show the accessories, but the accessories are 2 revenge accessories. I've done it without those, without the revenge accessories, but I think they're a lot of fun if you can have them. And these are really accessible compared to the refresh or cleansing accessories that we have in the game. Okay, I have, you know, this one, defense, double roll on defense. This one is a crit damage one with accuracy. You don't need the crit damage, honestly. You better go with better stats. And resistance here, I mean, overall the stats are good, but the gear is not that crazy in terms of what you need. Let's go in there. I did multiple runs. I did probably like 15 times, different mastery, different gear sets on this one. But let's have a look at the insanity. Once we start spreading the poisons, you'll see what I'm talking about and why this is so good, right? Let's have a look. Once the poisons start ticking, you'll see a lot of healing. Look at that, 6k, 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 5k. That is because of the lifesteal set plus the poisons. Whenever the poisons tick through his passive, that counts as damage, but not poison damage. This does not actually reduce, his passive does not reduce the duration of the poisons. It just does the damage worth of 1 poison tick. 1 only, not the number of poisons you have, just the 1 poison. So if the poisons do 10,000 each per turn and per debuff, then it will just do 10,000. But this is on all targets, and it works so well because it's basically killing the whole waves with only 1 poison on the target. Look at that, 21,000, and it heals us a lot. For that damage that I'm doing, 17,000, I'm getting healed back the amount worth by which the lifesteal set heals, which is 30%, which is very good for us in terms of surviving. And without taking it on a 1x speed now, we're gonna have a look at wave 2. You're gonna see on how low sometimes I'm dropping, but boom, healing back to full because of the damage. Please know that this is not a bug. I've confirmed it before I made the video with Plarium, and I've asked, is this damage a bug? Is this intentional that I can get healed from the damage that the poisons do through the passive? And they confirmed it is intentional. So that being said, you can actually go for it. If they change it in the future, I'll try to put a note here in the video that it no longer works. But for now, just enjoy the kitty cat. In terms of champions that solo the dragon, there's not so many champions that can solo it with lifesteal sets. There's legendary champions that can do it. There's this kitty cat that can do it, all right? We have Mighty Priest Ornn, but needs, you know, excessive gear in order to solo the dragon. I would say a little bit more than usual. The only thing bad about this setup right here is that it needs, it's a void champion. So you need to open voids to get this one, which is, you know, not that easy to get the voids, especially if you're free to play. If you do happen to just get this one, then sure, you'll get it. And, you know, you can try this build, but it really is no use to me, honestly. I could see using this guy as a solo champion, but you see here, the only healing that we get now is from the lifesteal set and Giant Slayer. It doesn't really heal us from the passive because the healing from the passive comes in only when there's enemies surrounding the boss, okay? You can't really do this on single target bosses. I found this to be very difficult on Ice Golem. Ice Golem 25 really hits hard. You really need something like a decreased attack to really survive. And since we're void, there's no way for us to be positive affinity, so we don't get those big hits regardless. There's chance for a weak hit. You can heal up in the meantime. We don't use a regen set, so Ice Golem is a little bit tougher. I tried 25. I died. Sometimes I would get close. It wasn't consistent, so I don't really want to showcase this. Maybe on 20, this works. Maybe if you have another champion in there. I tried it with Seal of the Drakes in there. That can work as a support. But let's try it on 20 just to see. All right. On Dragon 25, that's nice. On Ice Golem 20, which I don't really care about farming. I think these waves also cleanse, which is going to be nasty. I think these two on the front cleanse. So yeah, that's going to be a little bit annoying. But what you need to do is just basically keep on attacking. That spreads out the poisons. If they do the cleanse, it's going to be a little bit difficult to survive. That's a 3 turns buff. I don't know how I'm going to survive that. If I'm even going to survive that. Yeah, there's the one down. You see, like, we can do some damage to them, but without the debuffs on them, we can heal. So you're only healing because of the 2 ads on the sides. And again, it's not that crazy. And now these ones, because of the block debuffs, we're gonna have a bad time. 1 turn, and they're gonna have the cleanse again for sure. So I don't think this really is gonna work. If I had Seal here, yeah. If I had Seal here, it would have worked a little bit better. The only way to heal is if you got a lifesteal set on. So the Life Drink Mastery does heal you a little bit, but it's a very low amount compared to the lifesteal set. So what I did on, let's say 25, like the one I was trying with Seal of the Drakes, this helped a lot in terms of having an additional support. And there you do have the 3 food champions in there, and together there is a lot of control. There's stuns there from Seal. She has the stun on the A2, and there's going to be a lot of poisons coming in. The waves are of no issue for this combo together, for the Kitty Cat plus Seal. So you'll get through the waves, but the boss can hit a lot, and it can ignore defense as well, which is what you don't want to have happening, especially in this build where I'm high defense. On high health, it's a little bit different, but for this specific showcase, because I'll show the spider next, I wanted to be able to also show the spider. So this build has lower health. I tried like with 2000 defense and higher health. It still does work, but you get hit by a lot when your defense is so low. And because this is an attack-based champion, you can't really build him squishy. So look at all those poisons. And finally we get through the wave. Takes a minute. But the poisons do really do a lot of work. And still has been reviving like crazy. Don't need the revive. Come on. Okay, kill that off. And yeah, we reach wave 2. There's the stun, only on 1 target. We need the hex here, honestly, to be able to do anything. Even if the cat dies, all right? Even if this one dies, it's fine because we got Seal. She will revive. Once some poisons are applied, that's done. We will be able to come back and do a lot of damage to them, and also be healing on the kitty cat. And yeah, this is gonna take a little bit more than 2.5 minutes probably. But look at all that damage that it's doing. We get damage done from just having Hex, because Hex does damage on the other enemies from single target attacks, and also because of the poison passive that this new Void Epic has. So let's have a look. Boom. Let's have a look. Yeah, okay. We reach the boss finally. The boss is where it gets really tricky. The boss passive right here is it's where a lot of damage is done, and will also ignore 50% of each enemy's defense for each alive ally. So for these two Void minions here, it's gonna be doing a lot of damage. But for now, we are surviving. We got close to dying there. When I was doing my testing, I got one-shotted. I got one-shotted. Both Seal and this guy just died. So right now, actually, my food champions are surviving. It's insane. Okay, wow, look at that. Look at how much damage Seal took from the boss. But look at the poison that I'm stacking right now. This looks like it's working so far. But I don't think it's going to be consistent, especially with those stats. You need to be resisting. That's why I need the high resistance. But look at all those poisons. The poisons don't proc the boss's passive. But since I've got Giant Slayer on the kitty cat, I can actually proc it. So it is dangerous. As long as the ads are down, though, I should be okay. Because the ads will be dying soon. The ads are healing. So should be okay. Oof, look at that. Look at that. Those were crits as well. Seal got so close to dying. I don't think Seal has a regen set on. It's with a Relentless set on. With the regen set, Seal will probably be a little bit tankier. Maybe a Guardian set also can help. But she's got the Relentless set, which helps a lot with healing. And she's down now. I wonder if we can still kill it. I need to do a lot of poisons on everybody. Ooh, look at all that. All those poisons. Yeah, I'm dead. Look at that. 126,000 because his passive proc. So with a little bit better gear, I think Syl with the Guardian set can probably do this. Maybe a little bit tankier Syl. I can probably do this and have a duo. But the really fun thing was Dragon. And then finally for Spider is what I will show. I'm not going to show 25 because it doesn't really work. But let's go to 20 where it does work. And the only thing that you need to be wary of and when you're doing this run, you just need to have your allies be higher health. So look at that, 41,087, 41,415, 40,800. So they're only but like by 200 higher, but the higher health will survive the Spiderlings. All right, everybody will be going on Akemtum. The kitty cat, even Apothecary is at higher health. The only reason I have Apothecary there is for just making this a little bit faster. And the run will take actually, it will take quite long. Yeah, I'm not going to add any more champions. So let's just show you on 20 on how this works. Basically, Akemtum will be tanking the Spiderlings because of that. How their AI works is that they see no weak affinity, so they go to the lowest health target, and that's Akemtum. Once you start applying a lot of the poisons, you'll be able to survive. So I want to get an attack in so I can apply some poisons. Hopefully once get in turn, come on, has to get a turn in to apply some poisons. Didn't apply a single poison. Oh my god. Okay, we'll get a heal by Apothecary there, but can't believe that not a single poison was applied. Come on, for the video, okay. It counterattacked at the end. All right, let's try this again. Let's try this again for the video. The first time I tried it was successful, but the thing is you need to apply the poisons, and the 55% chance, it's still quite low. The armigers there don't really have a lot of damage. They're there for the control. All right, and finally we do a counterattack. That's the revenge accessories. You can do that with revenge masteries as well if you go the defense route, but you lose out on sniper and master hexer. And now look at the craziness that this is and how we're tanking the big spider. Look at all those healings. All right, look at all the healings. Once Akemtum gets a turn, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's insane. That is why this cat is so special. All right. And basically this will go on until the spider dies. The spider will not take a turn, so all that damage from the poisons will not be done, but also the small spiders will not be eaten up. The spider will not get stronger because it does get stronger. Right, this one right here makes the big spider stronger as she devours more spiderlings, and also she heals by a ton. Okay, I could see probably a solo build, all right, but it will take a little bit on the longer side, and you need those revenge procs, honestly. Or maybe with more revenge accessories, I could see it if I'm also killing the spiders. It wasn't just maybe if I do more testing, I could probably do like a solo build for spider. Maybe thinking about it, but it doesn't make sense, right? The player makes a champion that is a cat and kills the spider, because cats, if it was a rat, I would accept it, but it's a spider, so that's why it needs some help by humans. Okay, look at all that damage from the hexes. And once the poisons start ticking, they're killing all the spiraling. It works like the HP burn. So when an HP burn procs, it damages all the other enemies. But Yeah, this one's a little bit special. That's why healing applies, and Akemtum actually gets healed back. And I'm happy that this is not a bug, because you can do stuff like this and actually solo dragon. You actually have some uses for this void epic, instead of just having another void epic, which is the same as maybe another poisoner. It's still a very strong poison. Even if they nerf this, I still think that it's a very strong poisoner, but obviously just used as an additional part of your team to just do damage and not there for soloing, which I think the book value for this epic is still high. It all depends though on how quickly you can get the books when I'm thinking about book value and recommending it, but also on what other champions you have. There's a lot of factors to put in there. But in general, just the amount of poison that can be applied, the hex, which is very strong for Hydra, makes this a usable epic in many situations. Even if you don't want to use the poisons, just the hex there is so good. Come on, it takes like 4 minutes to take down the boss. Like I was thinking of putting a cold heart at the start of this run, just so I can show you the actual run a little bit faster, but then I would have to build a cold heart with like 43,000 health, and that would take a lot of re-gearing. Boom. And also, whenever the small spiders take damage from the poisons, they do the damage on the big spider, but they don't do that much. I think they do like 1,000 or something. No, 13,000. Okay, that's the damage worth of one poison. Maybe with the poison sensitivity, maybe that would be a little bit bigger damage, but I'm not sure if it works the same way. Haven't tried, honestly. And just the two armigers here are, you see how much control they're having with the boss and an apothecary there. So pretty cool. Come on, finally get this done, and boom. I mean, I could have done the same thing on 20 with, you know, Paragon. I've done that showcase before, but it does take quite much longer than the 4 minutes 30. 4 minutes 30. So yeah, here it is. Akemtum, not really soloing Spider 20, but you know, really showing the power of those debuffs. And yeah, I think that's it for this video. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching this. This, of course, is test server. Things might change by the release, but I don't think so, as I've confirmed stuff before with Player before making this video. Thank you so much. Please consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.